Ready.
Welcome back to the Perks Recap Podcast. It is the Week 5 review. With me, of course, is Al, and we have to come up with some reasons as to why Week 5 was an absolute disaster for us picking.
Well, one of the things we are proud of on this show is that we take accountability for our picks and the stuff we say on here, and we are going to have to take a beating this week, my friend.
Yeah, we already took a beating.
But now we're going to have to take it on air.
Yes, absolutely. It's just we've been doing this for 3 years. We have never even approached a week like this week, ever.
No. I mean, a bad week for us is usually
500.
hovering around 500.
Yep. And we're not.
And you want to tell them now how bad it was, or do we want to wait to unveil that final stat?
They'll see it along the way, but we might as well do it at the end.
Right on.
Fair
enough.
They already have a good enough warning in terms of how bad it was. And we might as well start right off the bat on Thursday. Me, you, and Joe got this wrong. We all picked the Rams, but San Francisco gets the win 26-23. Brock Purdy didn't even play, right? No.
Correct.
Yeah, he didn't play. It was Mac Jones.
And Mac Jones tore it up.
Yes, he did.
Which is, that's a sentence I never thought I'd say in my life.
I'm calling up the stats now. Yeah, I mean, he just killed it.
He was 33 for 49 for 342 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And normally when somebody throws that much, it's not good. 49 passes, that's a lot. But once again,
Stafford threw 47 times.
Yeah, and once again, McCaffrey only got 57 yards. He really has not been rushing for that much, but every week he gets it one way or the other. And McCaffrey, another 82 yards on 8 catches receiving and a touchdown on top of those 57 yards, so it turns into a good day. But he's been catching more out of the backfield than he's been having success running the ball so far this year, which is a little different. And how about Kendrick Bourne?
Yeah.
142 yards on 10 catches.
Unbelievable, man. Just huge. And the backup tight end with what's his face out? Who's the great San Francisco tight end? I can't believe I'm blanking on his name.
George Jesus. Kittle.
Thank you, Kittle. Tungus or Tungus or however you say it, had 7 catches for 41 yards and a touchdown.
Yep, fielded nicely.
I love it. I mean, geez, if you had told me Mac Jones was capable of playing like this, I mean, he's looked better since he left New England. He's looked better as a backup than he ever did there, but not like this. I mean, this is a whole nother level. And his knee's been all torqued up, so he's doing it injured too. So kudos to Mac Jones, man.
Yeah. Stafford, I'm pretty sure he leads the league in passing yards.
That sounds right. I'm sure I would not be surprised if you're right. I'll find it while you're talking.
389 yards in this one, like you said, 30 for 47, 3 touchdowns, no picks. So he didn't play bad at all. Kyron Williams, 4.6 yards a carry, so you really can't complain there, but he only rushed 14 times for 65 yards. Devontae Adams had a nice game with 88 yards. And then, of course, Puka Nacua, 10 catches, 85 yards, a touchdown. He does that pretty much every week. Kyron Williams caught 8 balls out of the backfield and had 2 touchdowns. So almost like a McCaffrey type day where he did a lot of damage through the air and on the ground. But just not enough for them to sustain at home, too. San Francisco. And usually, even when San Francisco is good, the Rams give them problems. And today was, on Thursday was the other way around.
Yeah, this was a stunner. I mean, San Francisco They had the same record coming into this game, but nobody thought that I heard anybody thought that they were anywhere in the same ballpark as the Rams or even Seattle, honestly, who had the same record too. So I don't know, man. It was just a really impressive performance. We have to. I mean, I certainly feel like I have to change my opinion about the Niners now after that one, no doubt about it. I can't believe what happened. You were absolutely correct about Stafford, by the way. He's number one in the league in passing yardage over Dak. You want to take a guess who's number 3 real quick?
Daniel Jones.
Boom. Love it. How about that? Who would have guessed that coming into the year?
We'll get to his game in just a little bit.
And, real quick, Craig, a stat of the week because Puka keeps putting up just prodigious numbers every year that he's been in the league. He now set a record in this game for the fastest receiver in NFL history to reach 50 catches.
And who is that? Puka?
Puka, yep.
Wow. He's got 50 catches?
He has 52.
Through 5 games?
Yeah, yep.
That's insane.
Just over 10 catches a freaking game. That's why I'm going to see check the number on who's number 2. I bet I would be surprised if they're within 10 of that. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, it's your boy Jake Ferguson, and he's 11 behind him at 41.
Yeah, Jake Ferguson's having a crazy year.
Incredible. Absolutely.
All right. Let's move on to one of the few games we got right. We'll go Minnesota 21, Cleveland 17, the early game there. I didn't watch 1 second of this. Wasn't all that interested in it, and plus it was on early, and I got up late.
Yeah, well, I'm right there with you on every sentiment. I just assumed Minnesota was going to clock them, and it turns out they needed a fourth quarter touchdown to win this game, so it was a lot closer than I expected it to be.
Yep, yeah. Yeah, Carson Wentz played pretty well, though. And Jordan Mason continues to run the ball pretty well in Aaron Jones' absence. And Justin Jefferson, he's just one of the all-timers now at this point. 7 catches, 123 yards. No touchdowns, but, 123 yards, averaging almost 18 yards a catch. For the touchdowns, Addison and Josh Oliver got the touchdowns. They kind of just got by. But I'll tell you, here's the thing. They had 17 penalties in this game, 13 in the last game. And you know how I do the penalties every week. And I'll give you all the numbers at the end in terms of the total penalties. And I'll just let you know that it's higher than it's been all year.
Man. Yeah, no, that's gross. And it's amazing they won having 17 penalties. The crazy stat of this game.
I'm sorry, 17 total in this game.
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Well, that's still high. Yeah, no, that's because the average we figured out when you started talking about this was about 12 or 13, if I remember right. Wasn't that it?
Yeah.
Like that? Yeah. So that's high. Crazy stat of this game is Cam Akers threw a touchdown pass.
Yes, he did.
That's something. He didn't carry the ball once.
Nope.
But he threw a touchdown. You gotta love it. The other story of this game was Dylan Gabriel's NFL debut, and he played fairly well. I mean, the Quinshon Judkins looks like an absolute stud after looking like a total disaster leading up to the season because of off the field stuff. That got cleared up. He is now just waltzed into the league as one of the best running backs in football. If you can put up these kind of numbers playing for Cleveland with very little help around him, this guy's an absolute stud.
Yeah, I agree. Gabriel, yeah, two touchdowns, 190 yards. The tight end is a rookie quarterback's best friend, and Njoku had 6 catches for 67 yards and a touchdown. He's always been a pretty solid tight end, and not surprising here that he led the team in catches and yards.
Yeah, and the other touchdown went to their rookie tight end, Harold Fannin Jr.
Yep.
Like you said, tight ends.
Tight ends for rookies. They're the best friends. But Jenkins, 110 yards rushing. He has taken this job over for sure. And it'll be fun to see, always fun to see how a rookie does moving forward. I think wins are going to be hard to come by, but at least it gives Cleveland some kind of hope and, something to look forward to watch every week.
Yeah, they got more than enough out of Gabriel this week to not even consider anything else.
Right. I totally agree.
Right on, right on.
All right, let's move on to, oh my God, what has happened? The Ravens and the Texans.
Dude.
Me and you got this one wrong. Joe had the caveat where if Lamar Jackson didn't play, then he took Houston and he got it right because Lamar Jackson didn't play, and you'll see how important he is because the score was 44-10.
Insane. And we both felt pretty confident about the Ravens in that. I didn't feel confident about their team at all, but we both felt confident that Cooper Rush would at least play well. He was an absolute disaster.
And if you remember his first game last year when he filled in for Dallas, he was a disaster, and then he settled down and he was okay.
I forgot about that, Craig. You're absolutely right.
He was a mess the first game, and I was like, oh, what happened to Cooper Rush? He's always been pretty solid. And then he settled in, and they won a couple games here and there. They were at least respectable. I guess I could, you would expect that again if he gets another start, unless Lamar plays. I guess he's like 50-50 at this point. But regardless, he didn't play well, like you said. 14 for 20, 179 yards, and 3 interceptions. Derrick Henry only had 33 yards. He did have a touchdown. Nothing to write home about for any of the receivers. Zay Flowers at 72. That's about it. On the Texan side, C.J. Stroud, he only threw for 244, but he was 23 of 27, which is crazy, and 4 touchdowns.
Man, I mean, you want to here's the real analysis of that stat line. You want to get right now, play the Ravens. Their defense is awful. I mean, it's astonishing. It's absolutely astonishing. There are some other teams that we thought might be better defensively that haven't been great, but I don't think any of them are as surprising as the Ravens.
Yeah, Chubb only rushed the ball 11 times, but he had 61 yards, averaging 5.5 a carry. Got a touchdown. And then through the air, just nobody went crazy, but everybody had a little bit of something, had a little bit along the way. 64 yards, 60 yards, 52, 32, 23, 4, 5, 4, 4, 4 for catches. And that's all between Christian Kirk, Dalton Schultz, Nico Collins, Jaden Higgins, Brendan Bates, even Xavier Hutchinson. So they really spread the ball out. The touchdowns 2 of them went to Hutchinson, which is a little bit of a surprise. But other than that, they all got spread out as well.
Now and I don't know what to take from this game because the Texans have been so bad.
Well, this was the typical kind of game where you think they're going to win and then they end up blowing it.
Yeah, this is just, I don't know, man. The Ravens are broken. I don't care if Lamar Jackson's in. I mean, they're 0-1 with what's his face, Cooper Rush, but they're 1-3 with Lamar.
Yep. Yes, they are.
I mean, this team is broken right now, and I don't know what's going on. This is the first time in his entire reign that I think Harbaugh's in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, because this is bad, and like you said, that defense is horrid.
It's incredible how bad they are. I mean, I don't know anybody that predicted this defense to be anywhere near the bottom 5 in the league, and that's right where they're at.
I think they're last. I think they're dead last.
They're not. I was looking it up. I was actually surprised because they're not that bad in yards allowed relative to how bad they've been overall. It surprised me because I was with you. I really thought your boys are the worst in yards allowed. The crazy thing is, who's second in yards allowed? I wouldn't have guessed this if you gave me $1 million. How about you want to take a guess? It's a team you wouldn't expect. I'll say that, and they're good.
I think you started to say it, so I'm going to say the Lions.
No, well, you heard. I was going to say the Los Angeles Rams.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The Ravens are actually middle of the pack in yards allowed, but where they're really bad is points, and there they are 6th. And another surprising team is number 1 in the league in points allowed. I won't make a guess this time because you just guessed them, and that's the Detroit Lions, which is very surprising. Wait a second.
Time of possession.
Oh my God, Craig, I was on the wrong category. This wasn't making sense, and now it does. I was on the wrong dang category. I'm a moron.
What for what?
That was offense.
Oh.
Hold on a second. Let me give you the right.
I could have swore I saw that Baltimore was dead last.
They are second in yardage to your boys, who are first offensively and last defensively.
Right.
And then they are.
That's awesome.
It's an amazing stat. Amazing stat. It really is.
It's great because they're first offense, last in defense, and they're 2-2.
Incredible. With a tie, which makes it even better somehow.
Yeah.
And then the Ravens are last by 4 points a game in points allowed. So yeah, that makes a lot more sense because I really thought they were worse than what I was coming up with there. It wasn't making sense, and it's because I'm an idiot. I clicked on the wrong dang stat. So
right. So they are last in points. Maybe
last
that's
in
what,
points by a lot.
Maybe that's what I was looking at. That probably is what I was looking at because whatever I looked at yesterday, they definitely were last, and I wasn't sure what it was. So that makes sense.
The separation between them and second last is 4 full points, and the separation between the Jets are second to last. The separation between the Jets and you have to get to number 8 overall to go 4 more points.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's how bad the Ravens are giving up points this year. Incredible.
Yeah, how about time of possession? 36 minutes to 23 minutes for the Texans. There was 13 penalties, 9 of them against the Ravens, only 4 against the Texans.
Just awful. I mean, Derrick Henry has calmed. Like, he had a wonderful first game of the season. Then he started fumbling, and then he's going to crap. I mean, I don't know what's going on with this team, man. It's just weird. I don't know what's happening, but it is on severe alert watch. They are tied at the bottom of the AFC East with the Browns at 1-4.
Wow. Yeah.
It's incredible. I mean, they're almost a lock not to make the playoffs. It would be epic almost for them to make the playoffs now. I mean, it's just astonishing. They are one of the biggest negative surprises in the league. It's incredible. I don't understand it.
Let's move on to the Saints 26, Giants 14. All 3 of us got this one wrong. We all bought into the Jackson Dart hype. And they were up 14-3. And that's a theme this week. A lot of teams were up going, relatively big and then absolutely blew it. And Jackson Dart threw the ball to the other team twice. He had 2 interceptions and a fumble where he just fell out of his hand. He didn't even get knocked out. He was holding it, just fell.
I saw that. Yeah.
So, he's a rookie, and that's what rookies do. 202 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. To be fair, I mean, I think the Malik Neighbors injury hurt them a lot more this week than it did last week.
It's huge. You can't discount that at all. It's huge.
Yeah. But I still like Cam Scatterbo. He only ran for 3.9 yards a carry, so almost 4. 15 rushes, 59 yards. But their receiving core, I think, in my opinion, is probably the worst in the entire league.
It's in the discussion. I'd have to think about it real hard. Boy, that would be a fun thing. I might look at that this week. That could be a fun thing to talk about, but I can't think of one off the top of my head that's even close, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, Daniel Bellinger, Theo Johnson, Darius Slayton, who's not even playing this week, by the way. So they're going to have to be without Slayton and Neighbors. Wan'Dale Robinson. Devin Singletary out of the backfield caught a couple balls. Scatterbo caught a few balls out of the backfield as well. But I mean, that is pretty bad. So he doesn't have a lot of weapons. Of course, we know about the offensive line, although it played pretty well. Honestly, their offensive line was not the issue this week. They had how many sacks? I'm trying to see if I could find how many sacks he had against him. One. There was one sack against them.
Yeah, I mean, that's for the Giants, that's stellar play. I mean, that is. Yeah, the early returns on them being a much improved team were way overstated on my part and anybody else that was thinking it.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. I totally agree. Their defense is also not very good. Not as good as I thought. Although their defensive line's fine, but their secondary is pretty bad. And Rashid Shaheed had 4 catches, 114 yards, and a touchdown. But most of that was on the 87-yard touchdown. That was absolutely ridiculous and really bad blown coverage. And then Olave had his 7 catches, 59 yards. Kamara had a few out of the backfield. But surprisingly, Kendra Miller had more rushes than Kamara, 10 carries for 41 yards. And now there's rumors the Saints might do some, have a fire sale at the trade deadline, and Kamara is rumored to be gone, and they're going to go with Kendra Miller instead. That's the rumor I heard anyway.
Well, it would make a lot of sense. I mean, I don't know. Kamara's hung in there for some pretty bad years, and I don't know if he's one like a Mike Trout that doesn't want to leave, but it doesn't make any sense for them to hang on to him. I mean, they're not going anywhere. So it's a rumor that makes an absolute ton of sense.
Yep. 15 penalties in this one. Time of possession was almost even. But yeah, the Giants had this, and then little by little, the Saints just pecked away and were only down by 1 at halftime, and then took over in the second half. And the Giants did not play. Did not score in the second half. I don't think. Let me make sure. Yeah, Giants had 14 in the first half. We're up 14. We're down actually 16-14 at halftime, and the Saints scored 10 more points in the second half. The Giants didn't score anything at all.
Yeah, that's incredible, man. And listen, I am going to say it right now. I'm done with everybody telling me how great this Giants defensive line is. The rookie hasn't done squat. They have 10 sacks for the season, which puts them in the bottom third of the league.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, their defense has not played as well as anybody thought. Okay, I'm ready to move on if you are.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
All right, we're gonna go to my boys there. 37-22 over the Jets. We actually all got this one correct. And the Jets defense also not nearly what it once was. And Dallas, in terms of their offense is looking really, really good. And Dak looks absolutely incredible. Dare I say MVP level. But another 4 touchdowns, no picks, 237. Javonte Williams, 135 yards on the ground, another touchdown. He looks like he's a completely different back from last year.
He looks like, not just last year, the last 3 years. I mean, he was hurt 1 year, and then he's been awful since he came back. Not just not good, awful. And on one of the best teams to run for in football, in a Sean Payton led run offense. So it's a astonishing turnaround, and absolutely astonishing. This is the guy they thought you were getting when he came out, and he looked like it a little bit his rookie year, although it was good but not great. And then ever since then, he's been mediocre at best, and not even that the last couple of years. So this is absolutely mind blowing. Yeah, he's been amazing.
Yeah, he looks like I said. Just the drive and the falling forward and all that stuff. He looks strong. I mean, I don't know what it is, but I'll take it. Obviously, George Pickens had a touchdown, a long touchdown bomb. That was great to see. Of course. Ferguson, 2 more touchdowns, 7 catches, 49 yards. He has been a machine this year so far in terms of receptions. Dak is going to him quite a bit. But the story for me for all the receptions, Ryan Florney.
Yeah, who the hell is Ryan Forney? I looked it up. He almost topped his entire career output in this one game.
6 catches, 114 yards.
This guy's 25 years old. It's not like he's a rookie. I mean, is this an emerging guy or is this a one-game thing? What do you think about this guy? I don't know anything about him.
I don't really know much about him either. I don't know. I mean, we still have Tolbert and Turpin. Turpin didn't catch anything. Tolbert only was targeted once and didn't catch. So maybe he's going to emerge as the new number 2 until CD comes back, and that's getting closer apparently. I don't know if it'll be this week, but maybe the week after is when they're looking for CD. So we'll see what happens in the next game. That's all I can tell. That's all I can say because I was as surprised as anybody.
That was a shocker, and if you got an emerging guy there, that's awesome. But yeah, I'm just curious to see because that was like one of the stats this week that just jumped off the page at me. I was like, who the heck is that guy?
Yeah, on the other side, Justin Fields didn't play terribly. He didn't have a great percentage. He was 32 for 46. Again, there's that number again, 46. Too many passes. Actually, yeah, Dak only had 29 in comparison. 2 touchdowns, no picks. So that's not a terrible, terrible game because that's kind of what Justin Fields is now. He's not going to kill you. He might not win it for you, but he's not losing it for you either.
Yeah, I think he's playing pretty well. It's just he's on a terrible team, and it's tough to win. I mean, he threw 46 times because at one point this game was 37 to 7 or something like that. I mean, I'll find it in a second, but they were down.
I'm pretty sure it was 30-3.
Is that what it was? Yeah, 30-3. Good call. 30-3 with 4 minutes left in the third quarter. So yeah, this is just they are one of the worst teams in football, and just floundering, and but he's playing pretty darn well. You got to give the guy credit. I mean, I'm a Justin Fields guy, but it's I don't know, man. He's just he's earned clearly he's going to be the starter there, and not have any competition, and they're going to lose a lot of games, but he's going to put up some numbers. It looks like.
Yep. Brees Hall had 113 yards. But still only got 14 carries. He's got to get 20 a game.
Yeah, but when you're down 30-3, that's what happens.
Right.
I'm with you though. I'm with you. Especially when you're averaging 8 yards a carry.
71 yards receiving for Garrett Wilson and a touchdown. I mean, he's obviously their best receiver by far. One of the better ones in the whole league, actually. Mason Taylor, interesting, had 9 catches. And then,
from LSU, and he is an emerging beast.
Yeah, so we didn't learn anything in this game. Dallas's defense stinks. Their offense is probably 1 or 2 in the entire league.
Yeah, no, their offense is amazing. Their defense is awful, and I don't know. I mean, right now it translates to 500 with a tie, and I don't know. And you mentioned Dak as a possible MVP candidate. That is absolutely true by numbers, but if they don't make the playoffs, it's not going to happen, obviously. So, and I don't know where, I can't make a prediction on whether this team's a playoff team right now or not. I have no clue.
Yeah, me neither. Their defense can't be last in the entire league and make the playoffs. The only way you counter that, though, is your offense is first in the entire league, because that's what we said, right? They're first in offense and last in defense.
Yes, and by the way, there is historical precedent, which we were texting about this a little while back. There is historical precedent for a team having the best offense and the worst defense and making the playoffs, which I could not believe. I was not expecting to find that. And I found it in the 2000 Rams, the Kurt Warner, fastest show on turf or whatever, greatest show on turf, era team.
Yep.
They went 10-6 and made the playoffs with that.
This game had 21 penalties.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was distributed evenly. Dallas had 11 and the Jets had 10. And the Jets had time of possession 34 to 25.
That's crazy.
They had long drives, and there was a couple drives for Dallas that were not very long. In terms of either they scored quickly or they, it was 3 and out. There wasn't too many punts, but they had a couple. What I wanted to mention, and I'm sorry I didn't mention this before with the Giants. I'll get to them in a second. But the Jets do not have any turnovers yet this year. Through 5 games, they have 0 fumble recoveries and 0 interceptions.
Oh, wow. You mean their defense hasn't caused any?
Yeah, they have no turnovers this entire year.
That's crazy. Well, you said you wanted to mention with the Giants. Is that the case with them as well?
I'll tell you in 1 second, but I just want to mention real quick to finish this Jets point off. 1953 was the last time a team had no turnovers in the first 5 games of the season.
That's crazy.
You got to go back to the 80s for anybody to have a 5-game stretch with no turnovers.
That's insane.
For the Giants,
fall into one here and there, you know?
Yeah, you would think. For the Giants, just let you know too, they had 5 possessions where they turned the ball over 5 straight times.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
They had 5 in a row where it was Dart through both interceptions, and he fumbled once, and then there was the other fumble by Scadabo, I think it was, and somebody else. They had 5 turnovers and 5 straight drives. And that was, I don't know how long for that one. But also they scored 2 touchdowns in their first two drives for the first time in 5 years.
I mean, that's a nice positive to go with one of the worst negatives I've ever heard in my life.
They scored. Well, it's a nice positive, but the fact that they had not scored 2 touchdowns in their first 2 drives in 5 seasons is crazy.
That's nuts. That's nuts. And then you follow that up with later in the game with 5 turnovers in a row. I mean, that's giant football. That's crazy, man. That is crazy.
I mean, that's where they lost the game, obviously, against the Saints. They hold on to the ball, they win that game probably.
Yeah. Oh man, that's incredible. Good stat pool, man. That's good stuff.
All right. Well, I'm ready to move on if you are.
Yes, sir.
Let's see here. The next one. Oh, well, why don't we go to your game?
Oh, let's not.
Well, Eagles fall their first loss of the year to Denver, 21-17. For me, it wasn't a huge, wasn't a big deal because Denver's a decent team. The surprising thing to me was it was at home, which is surprising, and the fact that the Eagles didn't do anything in the fourth quarter at all and gave up 18 points in the fourth quarter to lose by 4.
Yeah, this was nuts. This is a culmination of them. They have not played a complete game all year. They play really incredibly well in stretches.
Yep.
And then they play really bad in stretches. And it's mostly been the offense. This time it was a defensive collapse. And it's another game where I wrote down the name of the offensive coordinator again in the first half and then forgot it in the second half. I don't know what to make of this so far. It's worrying me that it feels a little bit like 2023 when they had the really good record but fell apart because a lot of the games they were winning ugly. And they've been winning ugly this year, and I don't know what to make of this team, man. I don't know whether to be worried or just brush it off as okay. This was a bad collapse, but they'll be fine because they're good. I'm really not sure where I'm at with this team. I don't know. I don't know what to make of them. I really don't. I mean, Hurts had the best game of the season for himself, so far. He threw a great pass to Barkley to put him up 17-3 early in the third quarter. And then again, the coordinator just puts the saddle, the whatever on him, the brakes on him, and they become Captain Predictable. So I don't know. I don't understand what's going on with this team. Even all that being said, for the defense to just collapse like they did in the fourth quarter was an absolute shocker because this defense is really good and has been throughout the season. So I don't know, man. I don't know what to make of this one. They lost to a good team, but the way they lost was brutal. So I'm not sure what to make of it, man. I really am. I'm not.
Is Saquon banged up?
There was something about him having a knee thing, but he's not even. I don't think he's even on the injury report now, and he's definitely playing this week.
Why would he only have 6 carries?
Because of this damn offensive coordinator. Here's what happened. And by the way, he had that huge catch. I mean, he ended up with almost 100, somewhere around 100 total yards and a touchdown. So it wasn't like he had a bad game. I mean, talking the McCaffrey thing, but 6 carries. This coordinator is driving me insane. The first 4 games, he was captain conservative, and it was killing him. The only time he took the bridle off was in that Rams game when they were down 20 points or whatever it was, and they looked awesome when he did it. But he went right back to being conservative, only letting the reins off when they absolutely had to. He caught so much crap for it that he overcompensated by throwing the ball 38 times in this game. Now they were up 17-3. You think that's time to run the ball? Maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they only had 45 yards rushing on 11 carries. In 11 carries.
With a 17-3 lead, Craig, and a 10-3 lead for a while, and it felt like bigger because they were playing well and the Broncos weren't at all. The Broncos weren't doing anything on offense, and that 10-3 lead felt big. And
I didn't realize Hurts got sacked 6 times.
Yeah, no, their line has not been playing as well this year. But I really think it's all coming down to this coordinator. It's the same damn guys. You know, Mekhi Becton is in San Diego, but he missed a bunch of games last year, and he's a good player, but he was a bust in the Jets. The Eagles made him good. And the guy coming out that replaced him is Tyler Steen, who was a 3rd-round pick from Alabama, who they've been grooming for 2 years to take the spot. So, and he's not been the issue. It's been everybody. So, there's nothing different but the coordinator. It's all coming down to this guy. He finally comes off of being too conservative and throws the ball on every damn down. It's like, okay, you go from, they're going to run the ball. They're stuffing Barkley because there's 9 people in the box. Everybody in the world can see it's a run play. They're not audibling off of it. They're not giving Hurts the option to audible off of it. And they're stuffing him real easy because of that. He averaged 5 yards a carry in his limited carries this week. They don't give him the ball. It doesn't make any sense. I don't like anything this coordinator has done. It's driving me nuts. I refuse to learn his name, and I think there's a chance he's going to be gone before I ever learn his name.
Yeah, Devontae Smith had his best game of the year. 8 catches, 114 yards.
He's having a great year.
But after that, not much going on. Barkley had a touchdown, as you said. Goddard had a touchdown, but he had 19 yards. A.J. Brown, 5 for 43, no touchdowns. You know how he can be temperamental with his production sometimes. But, I don't know. When I was watching the Dallas game, obviously, but obviously I had 2 TVs going. I had one computer going and the TV going. I had Dallas on the TV, and then I had the Red Zone on the laptop. And of course they would go to the Eagles, and it was 17-3, and I was like, oh, okay, they're going to win this. It's not even going to be close. Denver's got a lot of work to do. And then the 4th quarter hits, and I'm just seeing Bo Nix going crazy, and before you know it, they're in the lead.
Yeah, it was bonkers, man. It was absolutely nuts. It was a combination of, there were some absolutely, Zach Bond, who I love. The Eagles had stopped the Broncos on I think it was the drive where they went up, cause they got a few, what was it? They went up, what would it have been? Or let me find it real quick, cause I don't want to misspeak here. When they went up 18-17, because they were down 10-17 and they scored a touchdown and got the 2-point conversion. It was on that drive that they had stopped them on 3rd and long, and they had I think they were within field goal range, maybe on the cusp, something like that. And Zach Bond did just an awful roughing penalty. I mean, it was so stupid. It was the receiver had caught the ball. He was tackled by the rookie safety McBuga, and Bond just did a helmet-to-helmet hit on his head like 2 seconds after the guy was down. It was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. Yeah, and there was no reason for it, and it kept the drive alive. It was just like things just kept compiling, and it just collapsed. And it was just a bad loss, And Knicks played awful in the first half, and then he played really well in the second half. So credit to him for turning it around. But this was a bad loss.
I'll just throw out a couple numbers. 242 and a touchdown from Nix. No interceptions. Dobbins had 79 yards and a touchdown rushing. Cortland Sutton, who's having a great year. 8 catches, 99 yards, no touchdowns. Evan Engram caught the receiving touchdown. He had some field goals. Time of possession was 34 for Denver and 25 for the Eagles. That's probably because they weren't running the ball.
Exactly.
And there was 21 penalties once again. Second game in a row that we've had 21 penalties. And as much as the Eagles got bit on that, they had nine penalties for 55 yards. Denver had 12 penalties for 121 yards.
Yeah, the Eagles should have won this game. Like, there's no doubt about it. And that penalty was huge in crunch time, but they were not the most penalized team, not even close. So yeah, this was an ugly loss. And if either the Commanders or the Cowboys end up being for real, this one could hurt them down the road.
Yeah, we'll see about that. I don't think that it's going to be much of a problem for them, assuming they straighten out. But yeah, this offensive coordinator who you refuse to name and I won't learn either. That'll be all about you if you want to say his name at some point. But on this podcast, he is just Eagles offensive coordinator until further notice.
That's awesome. It's like the smoking man on the X-Files.
All right. Well, how about we move on?
Please.
To a game we all got right.
Hey.
Real quick, the New Orleans Giants, we all got wrong. Denver, Philly, we all got wrong. Houston, Baltimore, me and you got wrong, and Joe got right. We all got Minnesota and Dallas right, and we all got San Francisco wrong. As we move on here, we all got this one right. Colts 40, Vegas 6. The Colts just every week look more and more for real than before. My goodness. Not a crazy day for Daniel Jones, but efficient enough. 212 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor only rushed for 66 yards, but he had 3 touchdowns. Yeah, go ahead and take it from here.
I'll tell you what, man, this Colts team is impressive. They are I think the biggest positive stunner in the league so far, and they are impressive. Their defense is good, their offense is good. They have one of the best running backs in football. They have a quarterback playing his ass off, which I never saw coming. It is something to see. Their rookie tight end, Tyler Warren, is a real player in the NFL. He's contributing nicely. He had 4 catches for 44 yards and a touch. Yeah, this is one of the stories of the NFL this year, and it's a cool thing to see.
Absolutely. On the other side, Genty is coming along now. He's starting to get his feet under him a little bit. 67 yards rushing. He had another 42 yards receiving. Trey Tucker had a decent day. But the story here is Geno Smith, 228 yards, no touchdowns, 2 more picks. How much longer can they stay with him? I mean, he is a turnover machine.
It's brutal, dude. And I think you and I are both like Geno supporters, but not anymore. I mean, you can only ride this so far. I love the comeback of Geno Smith in Seattle. He started the year off well. He played well in that first game when they went on the road in New England, and then he's been just awful ever since. And I hate seeing it because I like Geno, but it is bad, man. I'm looking up interception leaders. He's got to be leading the league in picks, right?
Well, didn't he have 3 last week?
And 3 another week. He's got 9 picks.
Oh my God.
6 touchdowns, 9 picks. His quarterback rating is 75.6, which is brutally bad. Geno, I hate to see it. I don't even know. I'm gonna have to find it real quick. I don't know who their backup quarterback is.
It's not O'Connell, right?
It was forever, it felt like, but I don't know if it still is.
Well, he was the starter last year, I think.
Looks like it's saying Case Keenum and Brian Hoyer. That feels like that's like 7 years ago. Hold on a second. That can't be right. Can it? Raiders. Let's see. What do
Real
we
quick, I'm
got?
just going to give the numbers 15 penalties in this game, and surprisingly, the Raiders led the time of possession by a decent margin, 33-26. And 15 penalties, like I said. Yeah, like we've been saying there, the Colts just look really, really good. They just blew the doors off of them right from the start. It was 3-0 at the end of the first quarter, the Raiders, and then at halftime it was 20-3, and then it was 40-3.
Incredible. I mean, the Raiders are bad, and they did exactly what they were supposed to against a bad team. I mean, and with emphasis, I mean, they're just, they lost one game so far in a close game, and everything else has been just incredibly impressive. Their backup quarterback, by the way, I should have known this because he got traded, from the Eagles right at the end of the preseason, is Kenny Pickett, and Aiden O'Connell might actually be the guy, but he's on the IR. And when he comes back, I guess we'll find out who the actual backup is. But yeah,
Well,
Kenny Pickett right now.
I would make the switch. I mean, at this point, maybe give Gino like the first half or something and say don't throw any picks and you'll play the second half.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
if you do, you got to take him out. If he throws another pick like in the first quarter, how do you stick with him?
I don't know, man. It's tough to even give him another half at this point, honestly. So I don't know. I'm with you. He is on the edge, if not already over it.
Yep. All right. Let's move on from that disaster. Carolina 27, Miami 24. Are you kidding me? With this comeback,
Yeah, talk about comebacks, the theme of the week.
yeah, 17-10 at halftime.
17 nothing in
I'm
the
sorry,
second quarter.
17-0 in the second quarter. The Panthers started their comeback then and scored 10 points to close the second quarter out, and then 14 to close the game out to win this one 27-24, a total squeaker. But as I'm watching it, it felt like Miami had control of the game the whole time, and then it just let it slip away. But I guess, that's what bad teams do when they're a bad team.
Yeah, this is something else, man. I mean, I picked this game, Carolina, and I was like, oh, great. I'm having a bad enough week here, and Carolina's down 17-0. There's no way they're coming back. They're not a good enough team to come back on anybody from 17 points down. Wrong. Miami is that team.
Yep. Real quick, me and Joe got it wrong. We picked Miami. You got it right. As you said, you picked Carolina. Although Joe did have Carolina as his uh, upset pick.
Bonus. Nice.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, this was a tough one to predict. I mean, Tua played really well. He had 256 yards, 27 to 36, 3 touchdowns, no picks.
Yep. No, he played great. The reemergence of Darren Waller continues. He has come
Oh,
off the IR immediately back into one of the best tight ends in football. 5 catches for 78 and a touchdown after having, I think, what was it, two touchdowns a week before or something like that. I mean, unbelievable comeback story in Darren Waller. He has not been a relevant tight end for 4 years or something. It's crazy.
yep. Jaden Waddle had 110 yards and a touchdown. Achane caught a ball for a touchdown, although rushing was rough. They rushed the ball 14 times for a total of 19 yards.
That's epically bad. I mean, that's got to be one of the worst rushing performances ever.
1.5 yards a carry. Achane was 10 rushes, 16 yards. Yeah, but I mean, you got to give the Panthers all the credit. I mean, Bryce Young had 190 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Not overly efficient either, 19 for 30. But the story is Rico Dowdle.
Rico.
Dowdle, the former Cowboy, runs for 206 yards.
Come
One of
on,
those was
Rico.
a 53-yard touchdown run. That was crazy. My goodness, 206 yards. Chuba Hubbard, I don't know if he's going to get his job back after that.
It's fascinating because Chuba Hubbard was a Pro Bowler last year. He was one of the best running backs in football. And
I'm sure
but
he'll
yeah,
get carries still, but it's got to be Rico's show now.
I don't know. I mean, do you bench a Pro Bowler because he got hurt one week? You know what I mean? But Rico was so good. Listen, there's no way they're going to bench Chuba, but it's got to be at least 50-50 now, and Rico might be able to steal it.
Yeah. Okay. I'll definitely buy into that. That makes more sense. Ted McMillan has not been great really at all this year at any point, but he's been solid every single week. Another 6 catches, 73 yards. Xavier Legette had the touchdown, but only 2 catches. So not a whole lot on offense from Carolina, to be honest.
No, it's kind of weird how they were able to come back. Other than it was the Rico show.
Yeah, other than Rico, that's what it was.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because I'm looking. Yeah, Tua didn't have an interception, and Miami also didn't lose a fumble. So what the heck? I mean, it's just Rico.
Yeah, it was totally. I mean, just unbelievable, man. The Carolina ended up with 418 total yards, and they only threw for 179. That's a Rico show.
That is the Rico show. There were 17 penalties in this one. Time of possession was close. But yeah, good on Carolina. That's their second win. That was pretty impressive for me.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed. I mean, they dusted Atlanta, which was unbelievably impressive, and then they went back to stinking the next week, and now they did well this week. Listen, they have won 2 games at home that they really probably shouldn't have won, and so I am now on alert for Carolina when they're at home against mediocre teams.
Yeah, I agree.
And by the way, the Mike McDaniel death watch is on.
Yes, it is. He's
in trouble.
All right. Back to another game we all got wrong. Although I did pick this as my upset pick. I picked Tampa Bay as my upset pick. We all went with Seattle. We were all wrong. Tampa Bay wins 38-35. One of the best games of the weekend. Fun game to watch. A lot going on. Let's see here. Tampa Bay came out to a decent lead. They were up 13 and then 13-7. And then little by little, Seattle got back into it and just fell short at the end. This doesn't really change my opinion too much on either team, although Seattle was at home, but they fought back. They scored 35 points. So I'm not really going to put this too much on them, on their offense. Just commend Tampa Bay for basically outlasting them. And Baker, 379 yards, 2 touches, no interceptions.
29 of 33.
That's crazy.
That's unbelievable. And Darnold, who did throw a pick, but he was 28 of 34 for 341 and 4 touchdowns. I mean, this is 2 of the best quarterback performances you'll ever see in one game. It's great.
Jackson Smith-Njigba is absolutely a star. Another 8 catches, 132 yards and a touchdown. He has been going off.
Yeah, he's a monster, man. Cooper Kupp can still play. He's been solid as their number 2 after looking like he might not be so solid early on, but he's been solid. He's given them enough to offset JSN, and Emeka Egbuka is an emerging star as well.
What about A.J. Barner, their tight end? 7 catches, 53 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, man. No, absolutely. Absolutely. Great call. That was a heck of a game. I don't know, how consistent he is. I'm going to look up his stats while we're talking, but that was a heck of a game.
Kenneth Walker.
Yeah,
Kenneth Walker.
It's the only game this year he's had more than 3 catches, but he does have 4 touchdown catches.
Right. Kenneth Walker, 10 carries, 86 yards. Only 10 carries, which you'd like to see more of. But as a team, they rushed 20 times for 122 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, and it's nice to see Kenneth Walker because he had that neck thing going on for the better part of 2 seasons, and he looks back and healthy, and it's cool to see. I was worried that he was, his career was going to be in jeopardy there for a while, and he looks really good. So awesome for him.
Yep. White had 2 touchdowns for Tampa, filling in for Bucky Irving. Egbuka, 7 catches, 163 yards and a touchdown. He has made Chris Godwin irrelevant.
Yeah, Godwin is just he's a compliment. He's coming back from a horrible injury, so he'll get better as the season goes on. But the fact that if they have all 3 of those receivers healthy at one time, they're already. I mean, look at the numbers Baker Mayfield put up this week with a still somewhat gimpy Godwin and an emerging awesome rookie. When they have Evans, a healthier Godwin, and Egbuka playing like this, I mean, Baker's going to be in the MVP discussion too this year, I think.
I totally agree. Totally agree. What a game. What a fun game. Really, really like that. Only 11 penalties too.
Nice.
And Tampa Bay had the time of possession 33-26. So that makes sense, especially early on. But yeah, just a really, really fun game.
No doubt, man. Game of the week.
Okay. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the Titans get their first win, 22-21 over the Cardinals. Did you see the play?
I sure did. Yep, the Italian dressing guy, Emre DeMarcado.
I could not believe what I was seeing.
I can't believe. Okay, break it down first, and then I have some stuff to say about this one.
Well, he had. Who was it?
Holy shit.
What?
Breaking news, real quick, Craig. I'm sorry. Joe Flacco has been traded to the Bengals and named the starting quarterback.
Oh, well, yeah, he got traded last night.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, he was traded last night. But yes, breaking news is that he's going to be the starter already. But yeah, Joe Flacco. And so, I mean, is he any better than Browning? Is that much of an improvement? Really?
Well, the way Browning's playing this year, yes. Although, I mean, it's only because Browning's playing so bad.
Right. Back to this. DeMarcado was going for a game-sealing 72-yard touchdown, and then he dropped the ball before going into the end zone.
Absolutely unfreaking. And this has happened 2 or 3 times this year with different people.
How does this happen?
It's so dumb. Here's what I want to say about this. Did you see the footage of Gannon going off on him on the sideline?
Yes.
Okay. People are making a big deal out of this. He has been fined $100,000 by the Arizona Cardinals for going off on DeMarcado like that. Here's what I want to say about it. Why? Yeah. DeMarcado should be the one fined for making the dumbass play. This guy, are we in kindergarten with a bunch of sensitive Nancys? I mean, what is happening to the NFL? He's lucky he didn't smack him upside the head.
Yeah, back in the day, he would have been smacked upside the head. And
can you imagine if he did that on a Mike Ditka team?
Yeah, exactly. The thing is, what's so crazy to me is, like you mentioned, why is this happening? This happens every year now, it seems, and sometimes multiple times. And sometimes I think it was the old Eagles receiver there, the really fast guy. Yeah, he did it, and I think he did it twice in his career.
Well, he did it once in college where he you want to see a great highlight that's the dumbest play you'll ever see. Watch because he played for Cal. And he in college, in the NFL he would have been fine, but in college, once you hit the ground, you're down whether the defense touches you or not. And he took off like he was going to dive and do a flip or something maybe. He took off from like the 7-yard line and landed on the 3. It's one of the greatest dumb plays I've ever seen in my life.
But why? I don't understand the reason for this. Why are people dropping the ball?
There is no reason. It's just being stupid. That's the only reason.
I really don't understand.
It's dumb. It's stupid. I can't understand why anybody is getting on Jonathan Gannon's case about this. It doesn't make sense. He was fined $100,000 for yelling at a guy who made one of the dumbest plays you'll ever see. That cost the team the game.
And by the way, that was not even the play that I was talking about when I said
which one were you talking about?
the touchdown. The touchdown where where Tennessee recovered the touchdown in the end zone.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
What was it? Was it an interception? Did the Arizona get the interception? And then in the return back fumbled it into the end zone? And then it got kicked fumbled it and got kicked all around and landed in the end zone and Tennessee fell on it for a touchdown? Something like that.
That was crazy, man. Yes. I mean, it was the fact that those two plays happened in the same game is absolutely astonishing. Yeah. It was a Cam Ward interception.
Yeah, Dadrian Taylor Demerson intercepted Ward's pass, but immediately fumbled. It got kicked around and kicked into the end zone, and Tennessee's Tyler Lockett fell on it for what turned out to be gave them the lead 21-19 with 4 minutes left.
Yeah, it's absolutely nuts, man. It was this game should have been won like 18 different ways by the Cardinals, and they managed to find a just astonishing number of freak, weird, bonehead ways to lose this game. It's astonishing. I mean, this was just this guy didn't do anything wrong on this fumble. He made a nice interception. He was rolling to the ground because his momentum took there, and he just lost the ball. It happens. It wasn't stupid like DeMarcado. But then the rumbling, bumbling, stumbling part of it afterwards is hilarious because, like you said, it got kicked around. This was on the 5-yard line. The ball gets booted around, and then the Titans get it for a touchdown. Crazy.
Yeah, it just happens to land in the end zone, and Lockett just happens to be right there for the touchdown. Craziness. Tennessee, congratulations to them. They get the first win. There won't be a lot, that's for sure. Real quick, Cameron Ward threw for 265, that interception, no touchdowns. Tony Pollard, 67 yards and a touchdown. All these former Cowboys running backs. Calvin Ridley, his best game by far so far, 5 catches, 131 yards. On the Cardinals side, Murray was okay. I mean, 23 for 31, 220, but no touchdowns. But they ran for 3 touchdowns. Michael Carter, Murray himself, and Bam Knight all had touchdowns. Marvin Harrison Jr. had 98 yards. McBride had 5 catches. So kind of what you would expect offensively from the Cardinals, and honestly from the Titans as well. But just weird circumstances. Those the fumble, the interception, and the ensuing fumble after that. Crazy.
It was just a weird game, man. It was just a weird game. The Cardinals should have won this game by 14 points. And Cam Ward, people waiting for Cam Ward to break out. This wasn't the game. He didn't play that great. But they won, so good on them. But this is still a really bad team. I didn't see a whole lot of hopeful things from the Titans this week. Unfortunately, even a win other than Tony Pollard playing great for a really bad team.
Yep. Okay. 14 penalties in that game. Time of possession, Tennessee had a little bit of an edge. Let's move on. Commanders 27-10 over the Chargers. What is wrong with the Chargers?
We talked about it. I wish I had the nerve to pick the Commanders because I knew their offensive line was going to be an issue, and they are falling to pieces. They've now lost to the Giants and the Commanders in back-to-back weeks. Now, the Commanders, I think, are a pretty decent team, but the Giants stink. And
this was at home, too, though.
This is at home. I mean, and losing to the Giants on the road is worse than losing to the Commanders at home. Right. But 2 horrible, horrible losses. And the way they lost this game, I mean, they were just dominated from beginning to – I mean, well, that's not true. They went up 10-0, and then they got dominated from beginning to end.
Yeah, from the second quarter on – the Commanders scored 27 straight points without the Chargers scoring anything.
Yeah. Just This is a weird one, man. Like the AFC West is the hardest division to figure out among the top teams. I mean, it looked like the Chargers might run away with this division early with the Chiefs playing poorly and the Broncos playing poorly. Now we are sitting. Where is it? I had it pulled up. Dun, 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 here it is. We have two teams in the AFC West at 3-2 and one at 2-3. Now I'm not even putting the Raiders in there because we know they stink. I mean, it's a tough division to figure. The Chargers have now scored 98 points and given up 98. I mean, that is the definition of mediocre. So, and they looked awesome a couple weeks ago, but losing now their two starting tackles is adding up.
Yep. And Jaden Daniels didn't even play that great. He was 15 for 26, 231 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks.
Yeah, he played solid. Jakrowski Merritt, man. This guy.
111 yards and 2 touchdowns. There you go.
Just studly stud. And Debo, let's give Debo Samuel credit. He's been very good playing for the Commanders, which, I mean, I think I liked him better than some going into this season for them. But
for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, he's been great. So I'm astonished at that. I don't know, man. This has been absolutely wild. I don't get the Chargers, man. This is wild. I don't know. This is really weird. Really weird.
Yeah, Herbert, 22 of 29, 166 yards.
And a pick. I mean, yeah, just not great. By the way, forgot to mention this big news. Omarion Hampton on the IR.
Yes. Yes, he is. So you need, I mean, who are they going to go with?
Vidal, I guess. I don't know who else they have with Vidal. I mean, I don't know much about Hassan Haskins.
Remember those jeans back in the day, Vidal Sassoon?
Oh, Vidal Sassoon. Oh my God, that's great. Yes, yes. Oh, that's a riot. That was like the same time as Jordache.
Yes, Jordache. That's another great jean name. Yes.
Big Keenan Allen stat, by the way, that came out, which I saw, and I'm just double checking that I heard this right real quick. I believe he just became the fastest receiver. Yeah. He became the fastest receiver in the history of the NFL to reach 1,000 career receptions.
Really?
He broke it by, let me do my math better, 8 games over Marvin Harrison, for crying out loud.
Wow.
That's incredible.
That is crazy. Quentin Johnson, who's been really good, only had 4 for 40. McConkey only had 5 for 39. Yeah, the Hampton news is definitely tough. Now, why did Trey Lance get in this game?
I'm assuming, I'm going to double check injury stuff, but I'm assuming they just gave Herbert some time off because of but that doesn't make sense. It wasn't that much of a blowout. Let me see if I can figure it out.
Yeah. Did he get banged up and miss a few plays and then come back in?
Let me see if I can find it here. Oh, he aggravated oh, no, wait. No. Thank you for the update from 2024 there, AI.
Because Trey Lance threw 4 passes.
Yeah, I saw that too, and I was wondering about that.
4 passes and completed 3 of them. And he got sacked another play. So he played at least 5 plays. No, he also ran the ball once, so he played at least 6 plays.
AI just told me he didn't come out of the game, so I'm struggling here. He clearly did.
It's not a big deal. I don't think he's hurt. As long as he's not hurt, that's all that matters.
It just says I'm not getting a good answer is the bottom line here. He's not hurt.
Well, that's all that matters, like I said. Time of possession, again, a weird one. 34 minutes for the Chargers and only 25 for the Commanders.
That is weird.
Yep. And let's see here. And 17 penalties. Good Lord.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Man, yeah, this is a fascinating one. I mean, how real are the Commanders? Looks a couple of weeks ago that would have been a huge win just as far as what it means for how good your team is. It's obviously a huge win, period, for the record and everything. But after having now lost back to back to the Giants and the Commanders, I don't know what the Chargers are right now. They are a team struggling with injuries. They're down two of the best tackles in football, and they're now down their stud rookie running back. So watch out, man. Keep your eye on the Chargers.
Yeah, definitely something to monitor because they should be better than this.
Agreed.
And we all got that one wrong.
No surprise there.
That's a theme of the week.
That's right. That is the theme of the week.
Detroit 37, Bengals 24. We did not get this one wrong. We got it all right. Let's see here. I'm trying to see if anybody was close on the score. No, so to me, a little bit surprising that the Bengals were able to score 24. Was that all just late garbage?
Yeah, they were
Oh, yeah,
down.
they had 21 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they were down 28-10.
Yeah. Yep. No, 28-3. 28-3.
I thought you were saying about the fourth. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. In the fourth, they scored 21 points.
Yeah. That's just, and, by then, Browning, this is why they traded for, although Flacco, man, I'm surprised at their choice there, but, um, this is why they made a move is because Browning threw 3 picks. He's only played how many games, and he is second in the league in interceptions behind Geno Smith, by the way.
He threw 3 touchdowns too, though.
Yes, but listen, I was a Jake Browning believer. I thought they'd be okay. I didn't think they'd be great, but I thought they'd be okay with Burrow out with him because of the way he played 2 years ago when he had to play a lot. But he has not been the answer, and it's a shame because I'm a Jake Browning fan, and but he has not panned out. And if you're trading for freaking Flacco, you're desperate, man.
Yeah, and starting him with with less than a week of prep time.
It's crazy. I mean, I have to. I didn't see the compensation for Flacco. I'm going to look that up as we're talking, unless you know it off the top of your head.
I don't know enough about that.
Yeah, I'll find it.
Jamar Chase had 110 and 2 touchdowns. Higgins also had a touchdown. Let's see here. Problem is that Chase Brown only had 8 rushes for 27 yards. He is really taking a nosedive in his production. It's been tough sledding on the ground for the Bengals in general. On the Lions side, 258 for Goff, 3 touchdowns, no picks. David Montgomery also threw a touchdown. Few running backs this week got a chance to throw the ball a little bit. Pretty funny.
That is.
Montgomery also had 65 yards and a touchdown on the ground. Gibbs had 54. Amon-Ra had 100 yards on 8 catches. Laporta had 92 and a touch. Gibbs had 33 to touch. All the usual suspects here for a complete whooping of the Bengals, 37-24 in Cincinnati. Detroit has maybe was a little needed that first week to get their feet under them, but since then they have been on a tear and they look really good.
Agreed. They're for real. They're a contender, no doubt about it. They have worked out, unlike the Eagles, they have worked out their offensive coordinator issues, and I'm sure the Detroit Lions fan know that coordinator's name.
Yes.
Oh man! And by the way, and this is what it is. This is typical Bengals, by the way. They did this because they got him on the cheap. They gave up a 5th rounder, but got a 6th rounder back. So they got him for moving down a maximum of 32 draft spots.
Yep.
That's typical Bengals because if they really wanted to compete, they would have traded for Kirk Cousins or somebody like that.
Right, and they don't.
They don't care. Their owners never cared, and that's why they're always mediocre.
All right.
Same for Bengals fans. It's got to suck.
Yeah, it does. On to the Sunday nighter. We got all wrong again. We were all wrong again. New England upsets Buffalo 23-20. Are you kidding me? Both of the undefeateds that were left, both lost. But this one was more surprising to me because this was in Buffalo, and somehow Drake May and the Patriots pulled this one off. I can't believe it.
Yeah, it's funny because if I gave spot on analysis of how this series has gone, how they were 2-2 in their last 4 games, despite Buffalo being one of the best teams in football and New England being one of the worst, how this was going to be a tough division, close game, and then I just didn't have the balls to pick it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I did pick a close game, thank goodness, but this is just division football. And listen, I've been down on the Patriots. Do I have to reevaluate now because they are now 3-2
Yes, they are. They're a game
with the
behind Buffalo.
damn Bills.
Yep. Wow. Drake made 273, no touchdowns, but no picks. They didn't run the ball crazy good, but Stephon Diggs, I think he had a little bit of extra motivation going against Buffalo. 146 yards on 10 receptions.
No doubt, man. Yeah, good for him, man. You know, he said it. You know, and he's that guy too. He said it after the game. Yeah, damn right, I had extra motivation.
Yeah. Stevenson had 2 touchdowns, only on 7 carries, 14 yards. It looks like Antonio Gibson is out for the year. He tore his Achilles or ACL, one or the other, but he's done. And they still don't give Travion Henderson the bulk of the carries, and they should.
Yeah, Ramondre, you know, listen, I keep saying they gave him a lot of money. He's going to keep getting the ball. It stinks, but that's what it is. Here's the good news for Travion Henderson fans, and it sucks because, listen, I've been an Antonio Gibson fan. I thought he was going to be really good coming out of college. He has not been really good, but it's a sucky injury. It's terrible, but they cannot not give Henderson the ball even more now.
Yes.
And Drake May is playing great.
That was a great game. That was really solid.
Yeah, he's playing really well. And the Patriots, give him credit. They're the first team to bottle up James Cook.
Yes, 15 carries, 49 yards. Although Josh Allen had 9 for 53 in scrambling to go with his 253 rush passing, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Kincaid, of all people, led the team with 108 yards.
Yeah, good old Dalton Kincaid, man. You know, he's had a couple real good games this year. He's people have been waiting for him to emerge as an absolute beast for a couple years now, and maybe this is the time.
Yep. Keon Coleman and Curtis Samuel were the other touchdown people who got touchdowns, and Shakir caught 6 balls. I don't know. Like, I don't feel like Buffalo played all that bad. It just seemed like they couldn't get anything going. Like it was kind of like a lot of starting and stopping. I don't know. Throughout the whole game, it seemed like more than anything, like New England was kind of just like hanging around, and then before you know it, you're like in the fourth quarter. It's really close, and they're in position to kick a game-winning field goal, and that's what it came down to. But Buffalo had 34 minutes to 25 in terms of time of possession. There was 19 penalties in this game. Buffalo had 11 of them for 90 yards. That doesn't help.
Yeah, the big thing was the turnovers. 2 lost fumbles and a pick, you know, to 1 turnover for the Patriots. Because they, like you said, they led in time of possession. They led in total yards, 363 to 338. They should have won this game. But they like you said, they just let them keep hanging around, and the turnovers were a big part of it.
Yeah. I think Buffalo's going to be fine.
I do too.
But
I still don't think the Patriots are that good either, honestly. But they now have 3 wins, 1 over the Bills, full credit on that one. But the other 2 are over the Dolphins and the Panthers.
Right.
So let's see what that means in the long run. If they're over 500 at the end of this season, I'll be stunned.
Okay. Duval.
Dude. Unbelievable, man.
We all got this one wrong as well.
Yes.
Once
He's my
again,
upset pick, though.
all wrong, all three of us. I'll give the records now. I was 4 for 10, 4 and 10 this week.
Ugh.
I got 4 miserable games right and 10 of them wrong. Are you kidding? Not with the spread, just picking straight up. How putrid can you be?
Oh, it's unbelievable. And I wasn't much better.
You were 5 wins and 9 losses. And Joe, who's really good at picking normally, 5 wins and 9 losses too. We were horrible.
Absolutely terrible. Worst time. You know, Joe's only been doing it for one season with us, but we've had 2 full seasons under our belts and never come anywhere close to that.
Normally a bad week is around 500.
Exactly.
And that's a bad week. And that's only happened a couple times.
Yep. This was absolutely brutal. Our season record usually ends up, we're usually 20, 30, 40 games over 500, somewhere in that ballpark. And, this was a crazy week, man. Lots of crazy comebacks, lots of, super big upsets. A couple, at least one winless team in the Titans won a game that you never expected. I mean, just all kinds of crazy stuff, man. And we just got to take it on the chin because that was tough. That was tough.
Yeah. Well, let's finish up here with this game.
Yeah.
Mahomes threw for 300 again. He's starting to make that a more normal thing, so he's starting to resemble the Mahomes of old.
Really
but
is.
a touchdown and a pick, though. One of the pick was pretty brutal, though. And he also ran for 60 yards and a touchdown. Hunt had 2 touchdowns. I don't know what's going on with Pacheco, why he's not getting the ball at the goal line. I guess Hunt always, is the goal line back. Kelsey had an okay day with a touchdown. Worthy was all right. Hollywood Brown. But this kid, Tyquan Thornton.
Yeah.
3 catches, 90 yards, led the team in yardage. He's been coming on the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, he's their new deep threat, man. He really is. And to go with Worthy, by the way, who's a deep threat in his own right. So he's been coming on in a big way. He was a absolute bust out with the Patriots, and but as we know, it's not easy to succeed with the Patriots, especially Belichick's last couple of years. So he's got a fresh start with a good team, and he's making every freaking bit of it, man.
Yep. Lawrence threw for 221, 18 for 25, a touch and a pick, but he ran two of them in, and the game winner. What in God's name?
It looked like a Three Stooges episode.
For those who don't know, make sure you check it out. Trevor Lawrence drops back. He's at the 5-yard line or so, trying to win the game, and falls down. His foot gets stepped on by the center or the guard, one or the other. And he falls down, tries to get up, falls down again, and then gets up. And because the craziness of the play and falling down and stuff, everybody kind of gets confused, and he runs the ball in.
Freaking priceless, man. Priceless. Everybody was laughing. His teammates were laughing. He was laughing. Everybody was just cracking up over it. It was one of the weirdest plays you'll ever see to win a game. It was funny.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that was the game winner against the Chiefs.
Absolutely, man. And unfreaking real. And you look inside the numbers of this game, the Chiefs should have won this game 6 different ways. I mean, the total yards, 476, 319 in favor of the Chiefs. The turnovers, 2-1 in favor of the Chiefs. The Jags turned it over twice, Chiefs once. Here's the big thing, though. That one turnover was a 99-yard interception return by Devin Lloyd on a Patrick Mahomes, if I can speak, interception at the goal line.
Yeah, pick 6. Yep.
Yep.
That was the difference.
So yeah, this was a tough loss for the Chiefs because they played really well. Other than that, and a big win for the Jags, who we have to look at as they are now tied with the Colts at the top of the AFC South in 2 of the most stunning teams in the NFL in either direction, positive or negative.
Yeah, they're 4-1.
4-1, absolutely incredible.
Brian Thomas had 80 yards. Parker Washington, of all people, caught the touchdown. Travis Hunter got involved a little bit with 64 yards. ETN rushed the ball 12 times. Lawrence had 2 rushing touchdowns to go along with his passing touchdowns. And yeah, they got it done. That's just all there is to it. And the Chiefs are 2-3 now.
Yep. Luckily, their division has come back to them because the Chargers were 3-0. They're now 3-2. The Broncos have been as bad as the Chiefs, or as mediocre as the Chiefs, I guess is the right way to put it. And they're now up to 3-2. So that division is wide open, other than for the Raiders, because the Raiders are too bad.
Yeah, but
the last thing I want to say about that one, real quick, Craig, if you don't mind, is the amazing thing about the Jaguars' resurgence here is they have done it with Trevor Lawrence not playing well. And not just like okay, but not well. His quarterback rating is 78.2. His completion percentage is 60%, which is not great in modern NFL. Not horrific, but not great. 6 touchdowns, 5 picks.
Yeah, he's just been he's been below average.
If he can step it up just a little bit, they could be really great. So, and he's played better the last 2 weeks, so there's signs of that happening. So, I mean, the Jaguars, the signs are pointing up here if Trevor Lawrence can just be good, not even great.
Remember last year the Chiefs were getting all the calls?
Yeah.
13 penalties against the Chiefs for 109 yards.
Woo! Only 4 for the Jaguars. Wow, that's crazy.
Yep. 109 yards on 13 penalties. And Mahomes said afterwards it was the worst officiating game he's ever been in.
Well, I'm sure he feels like that after the way things have gone for them the last 5 years.
Yes. Where other teams were saying the same thing, only the other way around.
Yeah, nobody's going to have any sympathy for the Chiefs when it comes to penalties.
Right. Just so you know, with all these penalties this week, we averaged 16 a game, which is actually up significantly from last week, which was only 14.6. We have a full penalty and a half more than last week's average. More penalties. 2 games with over 20, and one game with one game with 19.
It's an insane amount of penalties and just makes it hard to watch. And so much for the 4-game regular season preseason being over. You know, I mean that was usually that's the other thing about being so bad on our picks this week is usually after 4 weeks since they destroyed the preseason. It's easier to pick the games. Not so much this year.
No, not at all. For the year for the picking, Joe still is in the lead with 51 correct and 27 wrong. I am next with 50 and 28, so I'm 1 game behind Joe, and you are 2 games behind me at 48 and 30.
Right.
So we must go way over 30 or 40 over 500 for the year, because even with this bad week, we are already like almost 20 games over. I'm actually 22 games over. Joe's actually 23 games over, and you're 18 games over. So, and that's only 5 weeks and one of them terrible.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and listen to it. I'm sure we're well over that with that in mind, no doubt.
Yeah, I could probably maybe for the next time I can find it too. I have last year somewhere around here. All right. Well, that's going to do it. That's our week 5 review.
Well, we did it. That was we had to take a beating there. We did it like men, and we'll move on and try and be better.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, make sure you guys check out the week 6 preview. That'll be up right when this is, or right around when this is, and get you ready for week 6. Usually a much shorter podcast than this one. Probably about a half hour, 40 minutes or so is usually what we do for that one. And, this one is always a little longer because we get more in depth on the teams. Anything more to add, Al?
No, man, no.